Sometimes it can be done, much better than it's that's going to be a minute. Yes or no?
Before elections, the people who are campaigning for some candidates, they use a lot of tools to influence voters so that the voter can vote for their candidate. So you see, they use social media, they use the mainstream media, they use some other kind of media because through media you can reach millions of people, billions of people, and that is why media is very important. So if somebody is using the media to influence in a way which is not legal or which is not you can say correct, then it should be stopped. It should be stopped immediately. But still, you see, there are agencies who control these things, like there are legal aspects, like you can file lawsuit in a court. So court can decide if any campaign is misusing voters, you can say choices, or it influences users in using some tools which are not legal, then it can be stopped. Otherwise, generally it keeps going on and it it influences the voters. So in the US election, what is happening right now is that the candidates and their their people who are campaigning for them, they are using all tools possible and spending billions of dollars to so that their candidate wins. So it is up to the voter to decide whom the voter will be voting. So the best way for a voter is that they see what the candidate is promising for them. Like for example, if there is an Arab American who is very attached to the issue of what is going on in Palestine, so which candidate is supporting Israel? So they should see which candidate opposes financing and providing military assistance to Israel to do genocide in, say, Palestine. So the choice will be very clear for the voter. At the same time, there are dedicated voters for each political party. Like traditionally, from one generation to next generation, some voters are Republican voters, no matter which candidate has been selected by the Republican Party, they will vote to the Republican candidate. Similarly for Democrats or for some smaller parties. But there are also voters who are sitting on the borders, means they are watching who is promising what, and based on the promises he votes. So the voter waits till the last minute what is there for him or her, and then they decide to whom they will vote. So a large percentage of population is also these kind of voters. So the voting is You cannot predict which candidate is winning because of these factors. And since uh, election is is a very big bet, so every candidate and its party and its supporters are willing to spend billions of dollars to win. And so you see a lot of money is going, and a large part of this money can go to campaigns which are not legal or not ethical, and then issues arise, and especially since social media is a big thing, because most of the people use social media for one purpose or another, and at the time of elections they are keen to see posts which are uh, political in nature, and there they see which candidate is promising what, or which people are voting for a candidate. So uh, especially for young voters, uh, this fact, you can say, influences the choice. The older voters are generally determined. One is that they have been traditional voter for a particular party, or they are mature enough to know which candidate is most suitable for them. But for younger voters, generally they see the trend, like if their friends are voting for which candidate, or uh, which candidate is getting trending on social media. So they most likely to vote for that candidate. And then there are media influencers also. So these influencers influence voters in favor of a particular candidate, and they try to convince why uh, a particular candidate should be voted, should get the votes. So these are also there, and the candidate, the voters get confused as to whom they should be voting for. So in such cases, then definitely the influencers make a big impact. So social media, that is why social media has become very important for during elections. So people should be wary about the influencers, because ultimately which candidate wins will determine the what the government is going to do for the next 4 years. So it may not be good for the voter, because they wanted something else and they voted for a wrong candidate. So in a nutshell, people when they go for vote, they should keep in mind that they should be voting for the right candidate, and which candidate is promising things which they want. That is the most important factor, and all other factors should not be considered, like many stars, many media people, and many actors, Hollywood actresses. They are campaigning for different candidates. So voters should not get influenced by who is campaigning for whom, and why they are campaigning. Mostly, you see, they get paid for when they campaign, or they get benefit in some other way. It is not that they their preference for a candidate is only because the candidate is best for them. It is the money. So ultimately, the voter should decide, and not emotionally but rationally thinking which candidate is best suited for his or her the things which they want for next 4 years.